AirPods Pro have left me very much torn like the antenna bands on the Pixel 4, but I really wanted to like these. You guys know I'm a big Apple sheep, and I'm not just saying I wanted to like these like all the YouTubers that, constantly bash Apple and get tons of views and watch time from hating on Apple. They just constantly bash them and then also say, I wanted to like them. It's like, really? I'm not just saying that. Honestly, I wanted these to be a knockout of the park, and I really, after reading the website and seeing the launch of AirPods Pro and hearing so much about them, I really did think Apple hit it with a home run, but I gotta be honest, I gotta give my actual Apple sheep opinion, and that's that these have been a very much mixed bag for me. So I'll be detailing my experience, but the one thing I want you to nail into your little brains while I'm jabbing on here is that this is not necessarily a recommendation video. This is specifically talking about my experience, my review. That doesn't mean that all of you are going to experience the same things I did, and you'll understand why later. So let's begin. Reading about AirPods Pro on paper, it sounds like you should be sold in almost every way, right? We've got improved sound quality with the redesigned speakers on the inside, adaptive equalizer, we've got active noise cancellation, we got transparency mode, so even if you want to hear your surroundings, you still have a very easy way to activate that. Battery life is just about as good as before. Charge case is only a little bit bigger, it still fits in those mini jeans pockets and everything. So when I do my AirPods Pro recap videos, it's very easy to just say, alright, these are awesome, but everything changes when you get into the actual user experience. You can only read and talk and hear about so much before you actually just start using them in your daily routine, and that's what I've been doing. And my biggest concern with AirPods Pro is, of course, the move to the rubber-ended tips, which, depending on who you ask and what kind of ears they have, I don't know if some of you are like Corn and you have ears but they're not listening, or some of you look like Dumbo, which is not an insult, it's just a reference, but some people very much prefer having rubber-tipped headphones. It allows to cancel out background audio and it allows the sound to feel a bit more immersive, while some people I've talked to would much rather have the universal fit from the OG AirPods. These, of course, are just one size, there's no customization, this is the way they are, and it's been pretty much ever since iPhone 5 days when Apple started shipping headphones with this design. They either fit in your ear or they don't. If they don't fit in your ear, you're out of luck, you better go find some other headphones. If they do fit in your ear, sound quality's pretty good. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's fine, and a lot of people enjoy AirPods to this day because sound quality is decent enough. No one's trying to make the argument these have the best sound quality ever, but again, they either fit or they don't. What I feel like Apple was doing with AirPods Pro was trying to make headphones for everyone else that wasn't a regular AirPods user. So what I've seen on YouTube and with a lot of different tech reviewers is people that don't ordinarily enjoy typical AirPods appear to now be a huge fan of AirPods Pro because it's covering all of the things that the last AirPods couldn't do. The customizable fit, which I've seen for a lot of different channels, fit in the ear a lot better and they don't fall out as easily. The active noise cancellation is a huge selling point. No, it's not the best noise cancellation in headphones, but from my very rough usage of headphones in the past, the active noise cancellation is very impressive on this. It'll work fine in a coffee shop or on an airplane. Could you find some Sony MX38100-987 1000 MB FRTOS 877 Cash Now headphones? Yeah, you could find some earbuds that probably have better noise cancellation, but we all know AirPods are about the convenience. It's the ease of pairing, the continuity with Apple ecosystem. That's why headphones do well. It's not all dependent on one thing. That's why the fastest cars on the planet are not the best cars on the planet. It's about the whole picture. You gotta include every part of the experience into the end product. But when it comes to my experience that I keep alluding to, I could not find a sweet spot with the AirPods Pro, sadly. So it all started with the medium rubber tips. I put them in and sound quality was different. I wouldn't say it was miles above regular AirPods, but it was different, and I was mostly focusing on active noise cancellation and transparency mode. Sound quality was like, okay, yeah, I can feel a lot more of the mids and the highs, a lot more balanced, but maybe it's my broken ears or something. Maybe something's inherently wrong with me, but I felt like the OG AirPods delivered a bit more bass, and that's likely because they're trying to drown out background audio since they have no active noise cancellation or even passive. So AirPods and AirPods Pro are just tuned a little differently. I personally think AirPods Pro probably are fine-tuned more accurately. They're just not what I was used to because I'm used to whatever the original AirPods did. So it was a little bit of an adjustment period, but after using these things long-term, I quickly got used to it, and now I can confidently say, yes, AirPods Pro have better sound quality, but it's just by a little bit, in my opinion. It's not like substantially better. I can never go back to being broke again. I'm kind of getting sick of those jokes. On a side tangent, it broke people AirPods. We've been doing this for a while, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point was, in my ears for prolonged periods of time when we would record the Tailosive Tech podcast, I noticed a bit of ear discomfort in my cartilage or canals or whatever. It was just a little bit uncomfortable to wear, and I felt that my audio experience would change depending on how good of a seal they got when I put them in. So if I put them in very quickly and didn't really apply much pressure, I didn't really get that great of sound experience unless I, very intentionally kind of move them around a little bit, maybe got the stem sticking out this way a little bit more. I feel like there's more wrong ways to put in AirPods Pro compared to old AirPods, which you kind of just, you put them in, you're done. That's about it. So I thought maybe because of this discomfort, I'm just not using the right rubber tip size. Apple makes large, medium, and small. I tried out the large and they felt way more comfortable, so I wasn't getting that discomfort, but as soon as I stood up, they almost immediately fell out as soon as I just started doing some very basic things. Like banging my head against the wall, asking myself, why did I choose this career? They immediately fell out onto the floor. So I got comfort there, but I didn't get stability. I didn't get them to stay in my ear regularly. So maybe I was like, okay, the only ones I haven't tried yet are small. Maybe because the rubber tips are smaller, they'll be more comfortable. So I switched over to the small rubber tips, and then while they did stay in my ear and I had to cram them in quite a bit, I noticed them always kind of moving around, and because I was constantly moving them around, I felt like they were always making my ears uncomfortable again. So I still had that issue from the medium, and currently I've gone back to the medium rubber tips because I've just discovered this is the least amount of discomfort while still retaining stability. They still stay in my ears. They don't really fall out that easily. But then recently I was cleaning out my car. I was doing some chores around the house, and I noticed the medium started falling out of my ear pretty easily too. So here's the problem, I'm guessing. I think because I've been wearing regular Apple earbuds, the same shape as traditional AirPods for so many years, ever since the iPhone 5, I've been wearing headphones in my ear almost every day that look just like this. I'm convinced that because I started at such a young age, given I was born 3 years ago, my ears have formed to accustom the old style traditional design. This is the design they're used to, this is the sound quality I'm accustomed to, and as soon as I put a different shape or a different design into my ears, it suddenly just doesn't feel right. As soon as I switch back to AirPods 2, they feel miles more comfortable. It's like they're not even there, and I never had issues with the OG AirPods ever falling out. That's why you're going to get totally different experiences with both of these headphones, all dependent on the shape of your ear. So it's very difficult for me to recommend which one you should get because I don't know what your ears look like, except Cameron, who's watching this. Yeah, I know you're watching. I've seen your ears many times before. Cameron's getting really freaked out right now, but that's not to say AirPods Pro are bad, and it's not to say that I'm returning them. This isn't Apple Watch Series 5 territory where I just see no point in keeping it around. Obviously, I returned the Series 5. I don't have it anymore. I'm not going to return the AirPods Pro because they're so drastically different from regular AirPods, and I feel like the longer term review could end up being very different from the one I'm making today. Maybe if I use these for extended periods of time, my ears can adapt, we can change, and maybe I'll get more comfortable with these in time. And I also think there's plenty of situations where even if these do make my ears a little bit uncomfortable, they're going to be better than wearing AirPods 2. Situations like I'm doing yard work or there's construction going on and I want to cancel out background audio, or I go on a flight. In lots of those situations, AirPods Pro are obviously going to be way better. They have ANC. But in situations where I'm at home, I'm by myself, it's quiet, and I just need to have a FaceTime call with someone or record a podcast so I don't want external audio interfering with the microphone, that's probably when I'll go back to these because I can wear these for hours and hours at a time without them falling out and without me noticing any type of discomfort. I can barely tell they're in my ears. With these, it's the opposite end of the spectrum. I can very quickly notice they're in my ears. They do cause discomfort, but because of the noise canceling, because of the improved sound quality, I'm still keeping them. I'm just going to try to utilize both in best case scenarios. But like I said, I would love to come back to the AirPods Pro topic 3 months, maybe 6 months from now. I'll do some update videos in the future and let you know if they're getting more comfortable, if my ears are changing and warping. In those circumstances, I think AirPods Pro could be a home run for me, but that's why I'm torn on them. So sorry if you thought this video was going to be me saying, Apple's doomed, they never figured out AirPods Pro and now they're going to die and I hate them. Obviously, you guys need to switch to the Sony MX400 897-8264 XLMP ABQ. Those are clearly the better product, But no, obviously you guys need to try these out for yourselves. You need to use them more long term for you to figure out which one is better. But my one wish to conclude this video is that Apple, don't think that just because everybody likes AirPods Pro, that means you need to stop working on the universal pair. I would love to see sound quality improvements or battery life improvements, even design improvements, as long as they still fit regularly in the typical regular AirPods that don't have the rubber tips. Keep both of these around. You can update AirPods Pro, you can update regular AirPods, but don't just go all in on AirPods Pro and say, okay, these are clearly better, we're gonna abandon the universal fit and not sell it anymore. Don't do that, Apple. Please keep selling both or discount this one in time. I think there's a giant market for both of these, and after talking with a lot of people online, I know I'm not the only one. There's plenty of you that have told me your AirPods 2 are actually a better experience than your AirPods Pro for your daily usage. Whether or not they're good for you, I'm sorry, you just gotta try them on. So what are your guys' thoughts on AirPods Pro? What's your experience been? Feel free to hit me up on Twitter if you would like to, and also check out our Discord if you want to talk more about it there. I don't read the comments because I hate all of you. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.